Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Between the Sticks. As you all know by now, I'm Sahib, this right here is Nabil, and we're back here for another week of footy fun and the fallout from the Collingwood and Carlton game. Nabil?
Yeah, it's good to be here. Another week, another episode, plenty to get through.
Absolutely. As always, a big shout out to everybody for your love and support. We enjoy doing what we're doing and you guys supporting us keeps us going. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel and the potty. Nabil, we have a special guest on today.
We do. Our mate Zahir, big
Absolutely.
Collingwood supporter.
Say hi to
Hey
everybody.
guys, how are you? Excited to be on the pod?
Absolutely. And he was one of the lovely people that joined us on our night at the footy last week at the Collingwood Carlton game.
He did. How many did we have? It was about eight or nine in the end.
Us.
10?
Yeah,
so
10 of us.
big group.
There's a few of us, and a few of us enjoyed our
yeah,
time.
so
Not all of us.
Carlton supporters had
Be more specific.
Carlton supporters were living a nightmare.
As they always do, let's
An
be honest.
ongoing nightmare now. A 30-year nightmare, but we'll find a way.
Speaking of, let's unpack the Collingwood and Carlton game. Do we want to start off with what we talked about last week and how we thought the game was going to go?
Let's start with some of the positives for Carlton.
Oh my God, we're still looking for positives.
I'm trying, yeah.
We're still looking for positives.
Trying. This club is killing me, but I'm trying.
Still looking for positives.
I don't know if there's much out of that,
Oh.
but I do know 3 young players re-signed this week. So Matt
that?
Carroll, Lockie Cowan, and Harrow Farrell.
I have a question. What's
They
that to do with the
re-signed.
game?
I'm looking for positives. I found it today.
Okay.
But yeah, let's talk about the game now. How did you guys find it?
How did we find it?
How did you find it?
It was fun.
Yeah,
How was it for you?
I had a great time. I think we really enjoyed it.
How did you feel? That's the more important.
Yeah.
I think we saw it coming. The first quarter we played well, and then the rest of it was a nightmare. There's no pride for the jumper. No pride. No heart.
So
No
it's
effort. Big stage. Prime time. They put
wasn't a
up
prime
that
time
rubbish, man.
performance by
On
Carlton.
a Friday night.
It was not a primetime performance by
It's
Carlton.
unbelievable.
There's something wrong with your leaders, the bigger name players.
They just need to make a couple of changes, and hopefully in the near future we'll be okay.
Can we ask Carlton for a favour? Do we know what the favour is?
What's the favour?
this
Where are
favour?
you going? Where are you going with this?
Your team is in shambles, yeah. They're going down the drain faster and
They're
quicker
struggling
than ever.
at the moment, yeah.
We could just get rid of some of your players, to
Look,
rebuild
hey,
the list.
Hey, I'm happy to get rid of some players. I'm not.
But no, like I'm getting to the favour.
Let's
The favour
hear
is
it.
can we request a special trade for Charlie Kerno straight to Collingwood?
Look, in his
He would
current
fit in
form, I'm happy to
perfectly.
trade him. In his current form, and I love Charlie, but
Oh,
in his
Don't-
current
don't
form,
about
he's
his
not
form.
playing well.
don't
But
worry about his form. We can change his
No,
form
no,
once
no,
he
I
gets
don't
to
know.
Collingwood.
Don't know.
Nabil, where do you rank that loss for the season, for Carlton's season?
That's a good question.
Because it is a big game. It's Collingwood.
It's good.
But at the same time, we're the best team in the comp.
No, look, I don't know where I rank it. It's a good question. Probably in the top 3. In the top 3 this season. I think the loss to Richmond and North hurt, considering where they are in their development. No disrespect to either of those teams.
You all are in the
But,
same place. I don't understand why you're saying that thing.
We
like
would
there's
like
a
to think
difference.
we're ahead of them. We think
That's the problem.
our premiership window that we spoke about is fast closing, if not closed.
It was
So
never open to begin with. Come on.
It's tough.
Why are we still
It's
playing
tough.
this delusion
No,
role?
It's tough. The stars are there. Just the coaching, the game style. There's a lot that needs to happen. And look, it could get uglier. A lot of Carlton, a lot of podcasts during the week talk about it getting uglier. And
The whole
you know what?
sporting world talks
I
about
agree.
Carlton.
I agree. I think, hey, big club. Don't blame him. I don't blame it. It's the Carlton swagger.
Unfortunately, it's just
Got to
that
talk about Carlton.
The output is
Big-
just not as big as
When
the
you're
club's
the
name.
big name in town, when you're the big dog in town, you're going to talk about Carlton. So I understand.
I think you're
but
talking
it's
about the
gonna
wrong
be
team
getting-
that starts with C.
It's gonna
Collingwood.
continue to get tougher.
You've got a big game against Brisbane coming up as well,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
the misery could continue.
Yeah, probably. I'll be honest. Look, it's the first time I've actually wanted to boycott
Carlton?
Carlton.
Hey, just become a
First
Collingwood
time.
supporter.
Forget it.
Easy
That is the
solution.
most
Very
rubbish
easy
comment I've
solution.
ever heard. I'm not going
I've
anywhere
been
near
telling him
the.
this since we were kids, and
Collingwood-
still he's wearing that blue stuff. So I don't think
I'm
that's
not going anywhere near the Collingwood Football Club, man. But look, I'll be there on Thursday night. We'll be there on Thursday night.
For another
So
demolishing.
hopefully,
You know
not.
what? Actually, I'm going to go for Carlton this week. As
Really?
crazy as
That
this
is
sounds.
insane.
No. As in,
Where are you going with this?
I know I don't have a thought process. I didn't come up with a plan. No, I'm just saying. I'll go for Carlton this week at that game. So like when Carlton score, I'll be cheering 3 times the whole game. But but I'll support Carlton this week. No, I'm absolutely.
Carlton fans don't want you.
There's no way I'm supporting Carlton
after your treatment of the Carlton Football Club on this podcast.
Oh no,
Carlton Football Club is okay.
I think next week's episode, for the first time, might have 2 miserable hosts this week for Carlton.
No, I was taking the piss.
Yeah.
I'm going to the game purely for hate watch. I'm not going there to support Carlton. I have no business going to a
just
Carlton
remember,
game.
if we win, you're going to be hearing about this all season.
Yeah, you said that last week and the week before.
Just
that about
remember,
the
if we
Collingwood game.
beat Brisbane, who's second on the ladder at the moment, you'll be hearing about this. Anyway,
you said this about the Collingwood game the last couple of weeks.
I'm certain if you guys win, if Carlton win,
yeah. If
boy oh boy,
yeah, it's a big if.
In BT's word, boy oh boy, wowee.
Okay.
Anyway, the Collingwood performance.
Pop.
Let's discuss it.
Did you see that passage of play in the third quarter?
Which
when
one?
Maynard smothered the ball.
Straight to
And
McStay.
2 kicks and there was a goal.
Yep.
Did you see that?
From just inside 50, got too close to Maynard. And Maynard smothers and bangs it in the McStay direction. He's got it. They flood back. Lipinski charging goal. But McStay kicks to the unguarded goal. Collingwood doing a number on Carlton.
Did you see
You
that?
guys kicked 8. I don't know which one you're talking about.
There was so many of them. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah,
There was
right.
so
It-
many.
it's hard to keep track of when you keep just going bang,
AZ,
bang,
what
bang.
was your moment of the game?
I think that might have actually been it.
Yeah,
The
the
Maynard
Maynard
smother to McStay. It was in the centre square. He's kicked it.
Yeah,
and
he
it
kicked
was
it
a
from
goal.
Can I just point
2
out,
kicks.
didn't Maynard knock out De Goey during training a couple of weeks
What's that
ago?
got to do with the
It's
Collingwood
just
Carlton game?
your own players
We're
are
talking about
knocking each other out.
I think if Carlton players trained with that level of intensity,
Yeah.
maybe you'd be a bit better.
I'm just
Hey,
saying,
you're not
this is the
wrong
same
about
player that knocked out Jordan De Goey.
It was
And,
accidental,
yeah,
firstly.
it looked accidental.
I'm just saying, firstly. Secondly, imagine what we're doing without Jordan to go in the team,
Yeah.
without Bobby Hill, without Lockie Schultz. I can keep listing the name of players. Without Bo McQuarrie in the team.
Hey, we were missing Sam Walsh and Harry Mackay, 2 of our most
I don't
important
think it would've-
players.
you could brought Chris Judd and Brendan Fowler back. I don't think it would have made a difference, to be honest.
We talked about what Fev did last week.
Yes, we did, but unfortunately, he wouldn't stand a
back,
chance right now, the way
so-
Carlton are playing.
Well,
But yeah,
how many premierships does Fev have?
it's a great question. How many
He's got
premierships did Judd have
two
at
Colemans,
Carlton?
2 Brownlows.
Yeah.
The accolades are lining up.
Charlie
so
Kerner has 2 Colemans.
2
and
Colemans. So the
Patrick
the
Cripps has 2 Brownlows.
2 Brownlows.
Same result
this
for
is
10 years, 20 years ago.
Carlton heritage.
The Colemans are lining. They're lining up.
collect
so
all the individual medals.
The accolades are lining up.
Hey, you know what?
Um,
I actually have a new name for Carlton. I'm not
I
calling
want to
them
hear
Carlton.
this.
FC
I know where you're
anymore.
going with this. I know where you're going with this.
We collect individual medals FC now. You're
Don't
talking
wo-
about Coleman's.
It's only a matter of time before we turn things around.
I mean, you've been
Um,
saying that for 30 years, but we'll see.
We'll
We'll
turn
see
it
about
around.
that.
So,
But
anyways,
yeah,
Have you guys seen that press conference in soccer where the coach is sitting there and the interviewer asks him, "It can't get much worse than this, can it?" And he says, "Well, it can."
yeah, it probably will.
Probably.
Yeah, look, that's the worst part. I think it probably will.
probably it
Bossy
can
feels that
probably
about
get
it.
real
Probably
ugly
will.
by the end of the year
Yeah,
for you guys.
We'll see how we go, but
Well, we're still sticking fat with Vozzy here.
absolutely, yeah. We'll talk
Yep.
about. We keep talking about Vossi, but anyways,
Yeah.
moving on.
Oh, we're ready to
We're
move on.
moving
from
on.
the Collingwood
We're
Carlton
done.
game?
We're done with Carlton
don't wanna talk
Collingwood. We're
Fair
done. We're
enough.
moving on.
Fair enough.
Next segment is our top team and flop team of the week.
Absolutely. We'll let you start.
I'll start. My top team of the week this week is the Gold Coast. I think they're a team that's able to change gears.
Yep.
And we talked about being good teams being able to flick into another gear, go to another level.
Yep.
And I think against Essendon's young players, they were able to do that.
Yep.
But also want to give a shout out to Essendon's young players.
Yep.
Archie May, Caddy, Cacao,
Yep.
Archie Roberts, and Lual. They all had a great performance. So
Yep.
as good as Gold Coast was, shout out to Essendon. They played really well.
They actually nicknamed them sort of the Baby Bombers for their efforts on the weekend.
Yeah, they look good. They
Fair
look good.
enough.
So I was happy with Essendon as well. And
Absolutely.
That kills me as a Carlton supporter, but they played well. Shout out to Essendon.
Essendon's, you said Essendon's good this weekend, and Collingwood won, and Carlton lost. That's a crazy
Tough weekend.
combination
Tough weekend.
for a Carlton supporter. My top team of the week is Sydney. I think last week their performance against the Bulldogs, I said, was very average. They could have finished that game off a little stronger, but they didn't. But then they backed their form and their good players coming in this week and delivered and beat Freo, who we'll have a little bit of a chat about later. Z, who's your top team of the week?
I think Sydney were a good team, but I would have to go with the Crows, Adelaide. They were challenged by Melbourne.
Yeah.
Melbourne haven't been terrible. They've been bad, but they've had good periods, right?
Yeah.
And they were up by 4 or 5 goals in the second quarter.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they look good.
Adelaide was able to dig in. Good teams can win on any day, even when they're challenged.
Yep.
So I think top team of the week would
And
be Adelaide.
Rochelle injured as well.
Yeah.
So good performance by them.
And flop team.
Yeah, unfortunately, flop team.
It's a record. This is a record.
Two in a row, I think.
Oh, can you tell the audience who the flop team is?
Of the week is the Carlton Football Club, and I'm not going to be talking about it. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to talk about that game.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
Fair enough.
A living nightmare at the moment.
Fair enough. Yeah, my flop team of the week is actually Freo. I've been calling them Freo
frauds
all week. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I said last week when we were picking who we thought was going to win that game between Sydney and Freo, that if Freo wanted to stay in touch with the top 8 and keep their finals chances alive, they needed to win that game. And unfortunately, it seems like Freo can't win outside of Perth at the moment.
Yeah, they haven't locked in a spot in the 8 yet. So, and I know you were not sold on them throughout the season. So
I still am not, to be honest. I said it last week when we were picking who was going to win out of those two teams. And yeah, Freo just, even though the margin wasn't massive, and in the end, it's just the fade out and the inability to finish off the game. Yeah. And I think that's the part that's going to kill them throughout the season. But yeah, Z, your flop team of the week?
Yeah, it's hard to not say Carlton, but I'm going to go with Freo frauds as well. Mainly because Carlton are not where Freo are. Freo are fighting for a final spot.
Yeah.
So you need to play with a bit more pride.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Just from where they should be.
Yep.
I think they're my pick.
Yeah, absolutely. And
That's a fair call.
I think the only reason why I didn't pick
frauds.
Carlton as well was because they're already down.
Yeah.
It's a bit hard kicking somebody.
The Carlton
when they're
Football Club would be okay. You know what I don't really know, we've moved on, but you know what I dislike most about this?
What?
I'm getting pity from Collingwood supporters. I don't like pity. Keep your pity. Carlton will be up and about, and the Carlton swagger will be back, and we'll be singing loud and proud from Logan Street. So,
I mean, you said it last week.
Hopefully it starts this week. But anyways.
It's a bit like Manchester United fans. It's just
in the mud.
There's no fun in bagging them out anymore.
So, yeah,
in the mud. I think this week was just the last bit of fun, just belting them, and then
we'll hopefully
we're not gonna see you guys until next season. So
we'll start hopefully.
Lovely. Moving on. We have a couple of interesting topics to talk about this week, don't we?
We do. So we are discussing the idea. So recently what happened was I think Sam McClure dropped a story on Monday, I believe.
Or over the weekend.
I think Sunday night into Monday, the idea of an in-season tournament.
Yep.
The whole idea really, and you guys can help me out here, would be sort of similar to the NBA, except what would happen would be the 17 teams play each other once, then they'll be gathered around some sort of rivalry round, and then there's sort of a in-season competition either during the middle of the season or sort of like the FA Cup spread out through the season, with the winner to get either a cash prize or a finals wildcard spot, so a spot into the finals. Unlike the NBA, at this stage, from my understanding, there is no premiership points awarded, which is...
So basically, it's its own standalone in-season tournament.
Exactly. I just also found this. They were also in discussions about whether teams could recruit into state league players or even recently retired players for the tournament. So players like Richmond great Dustin Martin or even Buddy Franklin, which is very interesting. But I guess these are just ideas.
Is that more so teams don't play their own players? Or is it if they need the support and they need just certain positions to be filled?
I think just to attract.
So basically a mid-season draft.
Not so much a mid-season draft, sort of whether they could recruit players for this tournament, for this tournament. For the tournament. Okay.
Imagine having Buddy Franklin in your team. Just one tournament. That would be great. You just chuck him a full forward and have fun with it.
Yeah, exactly. And
fair enough.
What do you guys think? Z? You start off with this.
I don't like it. And normally I like new rule changes, not rule like things coming
new changes,
in,
innovations in the game. Yeah,
evolving the game. But
Yeah.
this is it disrupts the season for no reason. Like, and there's no point to it.
yeah,
Especially if it's bringing in Dustin Martin and
Yeah.
Blake Franklin and stuff. It becomes an exhibition
exhibition,
match.
tournament.
And
Yeah,
you're taking out 4 or 5 weeks of the season just for like taking the piss, basically. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I
Yeah.
think even if there's no random players in it,
yeah,
the finals wildcard spot, like the top teams are probably going to win.
yeah.
Yeah, probably. Well, the top teams won't even play their top players.
That's
I
yeah.
mean, if I'm Brisbane, I'm not playing my top player. I'm not playing my
Yeah.
top players.
I'm not putting Dacos or Pendlebury in.
Yeah.
And then it just disrupts your season. You have no flow going on. There's no
Yeah.
momentum. So I don't know.
I
really
think
like
that,
it.
and also even if it wasn't the format of the in-season tournament where they take out a chunk of the middle of the season, even if it was a game like, even if it was a competition like the FA Cup in England where they play it over the season, I think footy is much more taxing than other
100%.
sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the idea of
much
having
injury.
2 games in 1 week will probably cause more injuries and more damage to players.
How many hamstrings will go?
Yeah, soft tissue injuries,
Yeah.
cramping, all that type of stuff. So the idea of bringing in a second competition, I think, if anything, they should probably take the preseason competitions they have, in my opinion anyway, a little more seriously. But I think you can't base what happens before the season starts for the end of the season or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the opposite to Z.
Yeah.
I'm a complete traditionalist.
Yeah.
And I guess I don't like it just because I think the premiership's the most important. So
Yeah.
I guess to your point, even if it was a preseason competition, and I'm coming from a club that's won multiple Wizard Cups and have celebrated that, I could not care a damn. I could not give a damn about any other trophy except the premiership trophy or the premiership. So I don't like it. I don't like change.
Yep.
I don't like change to the competition like that.
Yep.
And the other point I want to touch on is a finals wildcard spot or a cash prize. The big clubs don't need the cash prize.
That was the other thing I was going to
So,
say. Like, the cash prize
yeah.
would be pointless to a team that's already
Exactly.
turning over huge revenues, or even a final spot for a team that's already in the finals. Like, if you're
Exactly,
Collingwood,
yeah.
Brisbane, or
Yeah.
Geelong right now, you wouldn't care about winning that tournament.
100%.
You would probably send your VFL team to play in that
Exactly.
tournament, or the kids. Basically, what they do in the FA Cup when they're coming up against,
Pretty much.
smaller teams, they just wouldn't take it seriously. So I don't see a point or a reason why bringing in this tournament or this kind of outside the regular premiership season competition will actually help the AFL.
And say all the top teams don't take it serious, and then you've got teams like North Melbourne, Richmond who are taking it serious.
Yep.
And Richmond gets that final spot.
Yep.
8th team now misses out on finals.
Yeah.
Richmond comes in and gets plastered first round.
Yep.
There's no real winners here. I think,
Yeah.
you know,
No.
it's just a bit silly.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think, the competition,
Well,
they can find a different way to do it.
Yeah,
And the next topic we're going to talk about probably helps in that.
Pretty much. And moving into that next topic, I just want to
Yeah.
raise a point Sam McClure again made on Footy Classified last night, which was, I think, in the back half of the season, there's something like 17 dead rubbers. So
Yeah.
teams
Which is
playing each other
almost
for
2 full
no
rounds
reason.
of
Yeah,
dead rubber
exactly.
games, yeah.
So teams playing each other for
Yep.
without making finals.
Yeah.
So moving in, the finals, playing for finals. Z, do you want to explain what that is?
Yeah. The play-ins, same as NBA.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah.
So that's 7th to 10th. We'll play, say, for example, during bye round, 7th versus 10th, 8th versus 9th.
Yep.
And the winners of the two take 7th and 8th spot in
Yep.
the ladder for
Yep.
finals.
Yep.
Great idea, I think, because now
Yeah.
you have teams that are 11th, 12th, 13th,
Yep.
still have a chance for finals.
Yep.
So they kind of play better.
They have more incentive.
Yep.
It's not a dead rubber anymore.
Yeah.
And then also teams like, for example, Sydney, they were in the grand final last year.
Yeah.
They've been battling with injuries.
Yeah.
Now they're probably too far out from finals, but
Yeah.
if they made finals, they probably could do some damage,
Yeah.
especially when they get some of their players back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And they're clicking at the right time of season.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sydney, they're clicking now.
Collingwood last year was in a very similar position. I think if they finished
You know why he's laughing? You know who would have played?
it would have been a Collingwood Carlton played. Imagine that.
It would have been a Collingwood Carlton week before the finals, and you would have had a repeat of 22.
That's why you were a fan of it.
I mean,
Because you missed out on finals last year.
oh, please don't bring up what I think you're about to bring up.
Let's not talk about finals
Oh
last year.
my god!
All we need to talk about is last week, not last year.
That
To let
makes
you know.
so
You know
much
what,
sense.
Let's talk about finals last year. What happened to Carlton in Brisbane?
I said it. Was it last week or the week before that? I said the Queensland Police Force were looking for them in Brisbane.
No, I'm just saying,
they could
it
not
just makes a
find
lot of sense.
Carlton
It just makes
anywhere
a,
at the Gabba for the first
it
half.
just makes a lot of sense. But
What did you guys
let's
do?
stay on topic. Let's stay
You
on
guys didn't kick a goal for-
let's stay on topic.
You're the one who brought it up. You're the one who brought it
Let's
up.
stay on topic.
So
So
I think it just keeps the competition more entertaining. There's less dead rubbers,
Yeah.
and we've had Gold Coast and GWS join the competition. We've got Tasmania coming in.
Yeah.
The league is getting bigger.
it
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Fitting in a couple of extra teams with the finals, not a bad idea in my opinion.
Or even getting, like you said, just not having that like bottom half of the ladder,
Yeah.
which is like 10th position down, just not caring after like, 2/3 of the season because they're not
Yeah.
going to make finals. It's going to keep the competition running for as long as they can. And
Yeah.
it'll keep everybody competitive enough that you'll know the bottom like 3 or 4 teams, they'll be done for.
Yeah.
But the rest of them will still be fighting because they know there's a chance that they can play. Now, realistically, a team that finishes 10th winning the premiership is a very long shot, but it keeps the competition interesting enough and it keeps crowds coming in and people actually paying attention and tuning in throughout the whole season.
Yeah, look, I'm not a fan. Like I said,
At all?
I'm a traditionalist. I don't like that
Brother.
wild card round.
If Carlton
Keep
finished
the
9th,
game. No. If Carlton finish ninth,
They
won't
deserve to not play finals?
Absolutely, they don't deserve
Fair
to play
enough.
finals.
Fair
They weren't
enough.
good enough. If you're not good enough across 22, 23 rounds, you shouldn't be given a wild card to. Or you shouldn't be given an opportunity to
No, but,
play finals.
yeah,
Bad
fair
luck. If you're not good enough, you're not good enough. The season is I don't like using the word war, but it's a war of
It's a
attrition.
marathon.
It's a
Yeah,
marathon,
yeah.
right? Over 22, 23 rounds, and
Yep.
that means that effort you put in to ensure your percentages are up,
Your points are
your
up.
points are up,
Yep.
all that extra little bit,
Yep.
all that counts to play finals. And
Yep.
if you're good enough to play finals, you're good enough to play finals.
Yep.
If you're not good enough to play finals, like some teams were last year, you're
Yep.
not good enough to play finals. So I
Listen,
don't like it, but
don't
I am
keep bringing that
I am
up.
a traditionalist.
If you're not
I
gonna
am
fight it.
I am. I've been. I am a traditionalist. I am a traditionalist when it comes to the game, man. I don't like too much change, and
Yep.
that's a change, absolutely. Even if there's 20 teams, bad luck.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So,
Fair enough. I think everybody's opinions would vary on this. I think a lot of people would probably be under the impression of entertaining it.
yeah.
But a lot of people,
yeah.
like you said, will be traditionalists that say don't change the game, stop including random things in the game or new things that, has not been a part
They
of the
can't
game.
even. They can't even get holding the ball right, man.
Yeah.
So they can't get insufficient intent right.
When I said this
Hey,
at the beginning,
I know. We talked about umpiring. Episode one.
we'll let it go. We'll let it go.
But yeah,
We'll let it go,
Very,
but-
very frustrating.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Fans just want free to wear on the weekend.
Yeah.
They just want the umpires to get the right decisions.
Yeah.
I don't know if they want these
It's funny
gimmicks,
he's talking
but
about umpires.
hey, I know where you're coming from.
But
But
fair enough.
yeah, I don't know if they really want these things. But I also know that it's quite popular.
Yeah.
And that's sort of my view on it. Anything else you guys want to add to it?
No,
think-
not really.
I just want to
you?
even for example, in the NBA this season,
Yeah.
the plane. Don't you know what? It was rubbish this season, so
It was?
yeah, let me
Leave it there, leave it there.
But I think there was last year, for example, there were a couple of teams who came in front, like snuck in
Yeah.
because of injuries. Like I think that's a big thing. It's you might lose a lot of games throughout the season because of injury,
That's
Yeah.
fair.
and then when you get your players back, you could be a premiership contender,
Yeah.
and it gives you a chance. And there's more teams in the comp, so
Yeah.
I think it's
That's interesting.
Yeah, fair enough. But we'll move on from that. Alrighty, moving on to the next segment and Bill's favourite segment. Time to look forward to round 18.
Yes, my favourite segment.
Absolutely.
Tipping. So
Yes,
we'll
sir.
start on Thursday night. Carlton and Brisbane at Marvel.
Can you do me a favour before we let you continue with the tipping?
Where are you going with this?
Can you stop calling this navy blue team Carlton and start calling them
Cartoons. I knew you were
Thank
going
you.
there.
Oh, there we go.
No.
Easier than I thought.
Absolutely, Carlton Football Club. Love them to death. But at Brisbane,
fair enough.
Brisbane against Carlton at Marvel.
Yeah.
At Marvel Stadium, the Lions play well, so Lions for me.
Oh, you're done with tipping
I'm
Carlton?
done tipping Carlton.
I never thought this day would
Couple
come.
weeks
Yeah,
too
done,
late, but
done.
fair
It
enough.
cost me so much in tipping. But
Yeah.
story for
That
another
and
time.
also your well-being.
stressful,
but that's another
stressful
thing.
football club.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. The Lions should, add a third week of 50-point loss for you guys. So
And,
Brisbane over the line.
and Z,
Yeah, I think we'll see another repeat of last year's final.
the one you guys missed out on.
I'm gonna call Vic Police and tell them get ready for overtime again.
Anyways,
yeah, I think maybe another half game by Carlton. But, yeah, I'll tip
Fri-
Brisbane.
You know what's interesting about that game? Before we move on now,
Oh, here we go. Oh,
we're
I'm ready
actually going to
hear
that
it.
game, aren't we?
We are. So
Why do you
hopefully
keep
it's
going
not
to
a
Carlton
massacre.
games?
Look, I mentioned earlier I was going to look to boycott, but hey, we keep rocking up when you're
Mind you,
in love
I'm going to
and
this game
keep showing
with him just to hate
showing
watch.
show support to your team. So
Just to hate watch. I don't care about the game.
You can enjoy, and hopefully a win comes out of nowhere. Moving on to Friday night, we've got the Suns and the Pies at People First Stadium.
Yep.
I think I'm going to tip the Suns in an upset. I think they showed a little bit last week. They're ready for a big scalp, and who's big, and no one better to scalp off than Collingwood at the moment. So tipping the Suns for me.
I don't think how good of a showing they had last week. I don't think they're going to get past us. I don't think they're able to get past us, and they definitely won't get past us. So Collingwood to wipe the floor, the ceilings, and the windows with Gold Coast up in the Gold Coast. Z.
Yeah, I think Collingwood will smash them. They'll be a bit more challenged than they were against Essendon. So
Yeah,
Or against
yeah.
Carlton last week.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Fair enough. Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. Our first game. You want to kickstart us off?
Yes, our first game of Saturday is the Doggies versus the Crows at Marvel Stadium, 3rd versus 6th.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts? I'll let you start us off.
I think the Crows would get over the line, honestly. As good as the Doggies have been, I just don't think they can put up a fight against the top half of the teams. I think they've won 1 or 2 games maybe against the top 8 teams.
Yeah, I think so. I think you might be right.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, the Crows have been one of my favourite teams to watch this year.
Yeah.
They're in form. They're playing good footy.
Yeah.
Rankin's on fire.
Yeah.
I know Rochelle's out,
Yeah.
but the Crows for me. And
Yeah.
Z?
yeah, Crows have been real good this year.
Yeah.
And I have always said the Bulldogs are flat track bullies.
Yeah,
They absolutely smash anyone in the bottom half.
What do we call them earlier off camera?
What was it?
Percentage farmers.
Percentage farmers,
farmers
yeah.
they
They
are.
score 10, 20 goals against the bottom half teams, but then as soon as they face anyone good, they crumble. They crumble.
Struggle.
I think that what was it one or two wins against top 8 teams, which is very poor for a
Yeah,
finals
absolutely.
contender.
Absolutely. And I think the next game will actually give us a bit of a finals preview, which is the Giants versus the Cat up at NG Stadium. And the last time these two teams played, the Giants did one over the Cats down at the Cattery. But I think Geelong will actually get over the line against GWS this week.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I think the Cats are playing some great footy.
Yep.
Giants' form has been a bit inconsistent.
Yeah.
So I think the Cats will get the job done.
Yep.
See?
Yeah, I think Cats, they're just too good. Even though GWS beat them at GMHB
Yep,
earlier
they
this
did,
year,
yeah.
I think Cats will bounce back.
Definitely. And then the first night game, it says 2 night games for Saturday this week.
It is, yeah.
The first of the 2 is Richmond versus Essendon. I think this is the beginning of the dead rubber games you were talking about.
Yeah, a few dead rubber games coming up.
13th versus 17th.
And this is one of them.
Yeah.
I like the Baby Bombers. I can't believe I'm saying that as a Carlton man, but they are impressive.
Crazy way
Yeah,
we
they are impressive. So, credit to them. They played really well last week, even though they lost in that last quarter.
Yep.
So Bombers for me. And I think Richmond are well and truly done.
Yeah, unfortunately, as much as I've been hailing Richmond's efforts this year, I think, like you mentioned a couple of weeks ago, I think towards the end of the season, Richmond are struggling. They're
Yep.
getting tired. They're not able to run out games as they were once early in the season.
Yep.
So unfortunately, and I have to pick Essendon as well, but yeah, I think Essendon should go over the line. Z.
Yeah, Essendon for me. Richmond are missing Noah Bolter because of his curfew.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Sam Lawless did his hamstring, and Tom
Yes.
Lynch is also suspended for his
the rest of the season.
Barry Hall
almost.
antics.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. And then the last game of Saturday is the Freo Frauds versus the Hollywood Hawks in Perth.
Yeah, look, I don't rate Hawthorn. I know you call Freo frauds.
Yeah.
but I think Hawthorn will get the job done against Freo. I think they've been inconsistent enough. Last week was a good example of that. Game they probably should have won. So the Hawks away for me.
Definitely. As much as I'd love to see, but the Freo Dockers doing something with themselves, even at home, I think Hawks might just be too strong for them. And I think Z mentioned it off camera. We don't know which Freo is going to show up.
We don't.
So unfortunately, because of that inconsistency and just the inability to, play against good teams, definitely have to go with the Hawks. Z?
I'm going to go with the Frauds. I think they are inconsistent, but more often than not, in Perth, they do well. So and Hawthorn are also inconsistent, so it could go either way. But I'm going with the Freo Frauds.
Freo Frauds.
Fair enough.
Going into Sunday. First game, Sunday, 1:10.
Yep.
At the MCG, Melbourne and North Melbourne. One of those dead rubbers we've been talking about.
Another one. Yep.
North Melbourne for me in an upset. I think the Demons' season's well and truly done.
Yep.
North, they just aim to show up when we don't expect. They were good for a quarter last week as well. So
fair enough.
Yourselves?
I don't know which one of these teams and which version of these teams is going to show up, like we've been saying for some of these games. But I think Melbourne should make up for what they did last week. I think they've had 2 weeks of just showing how good they can play and how rubbish they can be in the same game. And I think if they do the good side for the whole 4 quarters this week, they'll probably get over North. So I'm going to go with the Demons. And Z?
I think the Demons have a much better list.
Yep.
But I don't know if they're going to show up.
Yep.
I think North Melbourne.
Yep.
Did Tristan Sherry pick up an injury or something last week?
I'm not sure.
I think so.
So,
I'm not too
I
sure,
don't know if I'm making that up, but
if he did,
he might have, and
have a field day.
He might have,
But if not, I think North Melbourne should hopefully get the job done.
Very cool.
Next game of Sunday.
Sunday afternoon at Marvel Stadium, St Kilda and Sydney.
Yep.
I think the Swans will continue their good form. Their stars are clicking. Mentioned it last week.
Yep.
I think I mentioned it the week before as well. So
the
Swans will continue some of their late season form in this last ditch run for September.
Yep.
So the Swans for me.
The Swans for you. Based on what we were talking about earlier, if there was a playing games, Sydney right now would be well and truly in that conversation. But I think on this game specifically, I think Sydney's stars will actually show up. I mean, hopefully, and get them over the line, and like you said, probably keep their finals chances in their season not ending at the end of the home and away season alive.
Fair call.
Z?
I think Sydney should get the job done.
Yep.
But speaking of that play-in, I think Saints would still be in contention for it as well. So it wouldn't be a dead rubber.
They would be, but
it's unlikely that they'd make it.
How well would they play?
It is possible, so they would have something to play for.
Yeah, absolutely. In the last game of the the last game of the round
season.
I mean, as a Collingwood supporter, I would love the season to end right now. But the last game of the round is Port versus West Coast down at Adelaide, right?
The Adelaide Oval.
And I think we all know how straightforward that game will be. I think Port will get over the line. I think the Eagles have shown glimpses here and there of how good they could be, but not enough to be a bigger or a stronger team, Nabil.
Going to tip an upset. I like the Eagles. I know their record historically at the Adelaide Oval has been pretty good.
Yep.
Their form hasn't been great, but it hasn't been awful in the last few weeks.
Yep.
So West Coast Eagles for me in a big upset. And Z?
Port for me, I think. West Coast just suck.
Fair enough.
Just the only way to say it is they just suck.
That's fair call.
Yeah, fair enough.
Port for me.
Hey, you boys are going to be putting these tips in the tipping competition as well.
No comments.
Everybody be saying, hey, this team and that team, but then when the tipping comes,
no comments.
I better see West Coast being tipped on
comments.
your thing.
You better tip West Coast.
Hey, look, to be honest, I'm down at the moment, so I probably will tip West Coast, but I know some questions as well. About
people will be pulling me up. They're like, you said you're going to tip this team, but you tip this team, and I'm just like, don't listen to what I say. But that
wraps us up.
Brings us up to the end. As always, guys, a big shout out and thank you again for tuning in and supporting. Z, it was lovely having you on the show.
Thanks for having me, guys. Yeah, it's been fun.
Absolutely.
Awesome. And
we had a great one. And
see you next week.
Until next week.
Ciao.